If the force of AI is unstoppable, let's answer the question, what do you do? How do you prepare for it? Well, my thesis for the past almost a decade has always been that you should try as hard as possible to own assets instead of work in the asset of someone else. Because ultimately, if you work in someone else's asset, you're replaceable and you don't own the upside. And believe me, AI will be the ultimate replacer. This thesis has never been more true and more important than in the age we are living in right now. I genuinely believe that a social divide is coming between the people who own assets and the people who don't, and it will be one of the sharpest and most severe in history. The people owning assets, in my opinion, will capture all of the economic surplus generated by AI, and the people who don't own any of them will capture none. Now, that might seem discouraging because you might be thinking that you have to be the founder of a company like Google or Amazon in order to succeed. But this is not at all what I'm talking about. In order to succeed, the easiest thing to do is to just be an investor. For example, you can own a key piece of real estate at a key location in a thriving city that will still be used by people to live or gather at. Or you can do it my favorite way, which is to invest in the biggest and most productive businesses in the world that will capture the majority of the economic benefit of AI. And unlike what most people are thinking, this is not only tech companies. I'll explain why in a second. But before that, if you would like to find out which my favorite 4 stocks are for the current environment we are in, go to the description of the video and I will send you my free report to your email address. The report will always be up to date, regardless of when you are watching this video, because I am constantly updating it. Okay, so why do I think the majority of the economic benefit of AI will be captured by the big corporations? After all, I told you that you should own assets. If you own your small business, then isn't that enough? Unfortunately, I think it won't be. One by one, all of the small players will begin to be taken down. It will start by layoffs of employees. But then, very soon, the small businesses that are in the sphere of influence of the large corporations will become obsolete as well. Imagine you are a small software as a service company that provides Microsoft with some analytics that they then sell to an oil company. Well, the reason Microsoft isn't doing it themselves is because it costs them more to hire people to do the job your team is doing, and for now, they are fine with purchasing the service from you. However, once they have powerful enough AI, their employment cost drops to the cost of electricity required to run the AI. And now suddenly, they don't need you anymore. I think this will proliferate across the economy like a virus and will affect all small businesses. Eventually, the last ones left standing will be the ones requiring human touch and connection, like chiropractors, hair salons, etc. But it won't be long before humanoid robots will be able to do the equivalent job for a fraction of the price, or when a big company using robots and AI has consolidated the market and now all the former small business owners work as their employees. I saw that firsthand in my hometown when tens of small shop owners went bankrupt when a big chain moved into the city, and a lot of them even went to work in the corporation that killed their business. Now, there is a small hope that open source distributed democratic AI might save the day. This is what guys like Imad Mostak, the founder of Stability AI, are trying to do by creating open source artificial intelligence. The idea is to arm everyone with a base layer of AI technology, which they can then use to create their own product or service or even social media spaces using the same type of powerful technology that the big companies are using. If that works, then I'm all for it. But I doubt it. Here is why. Ultimately, even if there is open source AI that is available for any small business to use, the size of the data set and the computational resources of the big corporations will most likely always cause them to outperform. This is because large data sets allow AI models to learn more patterns and complexities in the data. This can lead to better performance on a variety of tasks such as product development, market research, supply chain management, etc., etc. Think about it like this. If you have an AI learn about managing a store from the data of your small neighborhood shop, what data are you feeding it? Units sold, types of people walking through the door, types of products sold during certain hours of the day, etc., etc. Okay, you will have a certain data set and then AI will give you certain recommendations for your business decisions. Now imagine if Walmart decides to do the same. The amount of data on the same parameters I described above will be staggering. And so the insights AI will have into what needs to be done and how to manage the stores will be far better and less prone to errors due to lack of sufficient data. And so when Walmart moves into your neighborhood and its AI competes with your AI, you're done. Not to mention the computational power and resources Walmart can throw at training the model versus you with your one-shop revenue. This scenario is not something I just came up with as an imaginary situation. Walmart already uses AI to forecast the demands for the products and the inventory management in its stores. For example, they use a floor scrubber to take up to 20 million images a day that shows them how low the inventory is on the shelves. Here is another example for you. The Coca-Cola company announced a deal with OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, to leverage artificial intelligence for its business. The company's CEO is excited to unleash the next generation of creativity offered by this rapidly emerging technology using tech including DALL-E, which is an image creation tool, and ChatGPT. What does that mean? Well, as a start, way less work for all the people doing the writing and design for Coca-Cola's huge advertising campaigns. But more importantly, it means Coca-Cola will be able to deliver way more targeted campaigns using the vast amounts of customer data they have in their over 100-year-old business. This will increase efficiency, drive down costs, and ultimately mean more profit for the company's shareholders, which can also mean more profit for you if you're an owner. However, if you're a worker in Coca-Cola or a marketing agency that does low to mid-level work for the Coca-Cola company, this is bad news for you as AI is coming for your job. So which side do you want to be on? Let's use another less popular company as an example, the real estate investment trust Prologis. This is currently the largest owner of industrial buildings like warehouses in the world. So what could a company like that possibly use artificial intelligence for, you might ask? Well, here are only a few examples. Prologis can use AI to forecast demand for warehousing and distribution space in different regions. This information can then be used to identify new markets for expansion and to build new warehouses in the right locations. Since they already have the largest dataset and the best relationships, it won't be too hard to harness the power of AI to crunch and analyze the data, possibly at the expense of a few analyzers' jobs. Prologis can also obviously use humanoid robots assisted by AI engineers to build the buildings on those new locations that their AI research system identified, and so on and so forth. I hope you're starting to see the pattern. Ownership of assets and good quality companies will become even more crucial than it has been up until now. The trillions of dollars added to the economy by AI that I mentioned earlier from the research of McKinsey will flow to these corporations because of their scale, datasets, and ability to rapidly reduce workforce expenses. This is why it is my thesis that investing in these companies now can set you up for generational success. And failing to invest might be the biggest opportunity cost in your lifetime that you might not be able to recover from. If you want help with that, you can join me on my free dividend investing masterclass, where I will be discussing exactly how to start investing in the same type of companies that I already explained. I believe will reap the biggest benefits of the coming AI revolution. You can find the link in the description. I personally believe it is one of the most important decisions a person can make in this watershed for our history moment, and I'm trying to help as many people navigate it as possible. This video is a small part of my deep dive I did on how to prepare for AI and what it means for our jobs and for investing in general. It is one of the most important videos I have created and will probably ever create, and will teach you my whole framework and philosophy about what changes I think AI will bring us in terms of the labor market and the economy, and most importantly, how to prepare and profit from them. So click on the video that should appear on your screen right now, or go in the description and get educated on what is coming next.